Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is October 9th and we will be doing our daily Proverbs reading. So we will be reading Proverbs 9. I will go through any commentary after from my Life Application Study Bible and we'll go ahead and just jump right in and get started. Thanks for joining me. Okay everybody, so Proverbs 9:1. We'll go ahead and get started. Wisdom has built her house. She has set up its seven pillars. She has prepared her meat and mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her servants, and she calls from the highest point of the city. Let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she says, come eat my food and drink the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways and you will live. Walk in the way of insight. Whoever corrects the mocker invites insult. Whoever rebukes the wicked incurs abuse. Do not rebuke mockers or they will hate you. Rebuke the wise and they will love you. Instruct the wise and they will be wiser still. Teach the righteous and they will add to their learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For through wisdom your days will be many, and years will be added to your life. If you are wise, your wisdom will reward you. If you are a mocker, you alone will suffer. Folly is an unruly woman. She is simple and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house, on a seat at the highest point of the city, calling out to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she says, stolen water is sweet. Food eaten in secret is delicious. But little do they know that the dead are there, and her guests are deep in the realm of the dead. Alrighty, let's jump right in to the commentary. The first commentary in my Bible is Proverbs 9:1, and it says, wisdom has built her house. She has set it up its seven pillars. The seven pillars are figurative. They do not represent seven principles of wisdom. In the Bible, the number seven represents completeness and perfection. The verse poetically states that wisdom lacks nothing. It is complete and perfect. Wisdom and folly, which is foolishness, are portrayed in this chapter as rival young women, each preparing a feast and inviting people to it. But wisdom is a responsible woman of character, while folly is a prostitute serving stolen food. Wisdom appeals first to the mind, folly to the senses. It's easier to excite the senses, but the pleasures of folly are temporary. By contrast, the satisfaction that wisdom brings lasts forever. Definitely think that's a point to think on, or to reflect on. How often do we get enticed by our senses and give in to our physical senses, versus choosing the path of wisdom and what is right? So, um, the commentary goes on through verse 5 now, 1 through 5. So we'll start at 2. She has prepared her meat and mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her servants, and she calls from the highest point of the city. Let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she says, come eat my food and drink my wine I have mixed. So the rest of this says the banquet described in this chapter has some interesting parallels to the banquet Jesus described in one of his parables, Luke 14:15 through 24. Many who intended to go, but they never make it. Many intend to go, but they never make it because they get sidetracked by other activities that seem more important at the time. Don't let anything become more important than your search for God's wisdom. And so the funny thing that I'll have to confess about that, bit of commentary is I've had to be disciplined in reading my proverb a day and also doing the recordings. And there have been times where I've intended to do them earlier and gotten sidetracked. And there have been times where I've gotten sidetracked and I've almost not done my reading for the day, my proverb reading, but I've forced myself to at the end of the night because it's a commitment that I made. So it's just very interesting how the banquet is, the picture of basically good intentions. People want to do things, but they don't, including reading the Bible because they get sidetracked or they make other priorities. So that's interesting. Okay, the next commentary is 7 through 10. Whoever corrects a mocker invites insults. Whoever rebukes the wicked incurs abuse. Do not rebuke mockers, or they will hate you. Rebuke the wise, and they will love you. Instruct the wise, and they will be wiser yet. And teach the righteous, and they will add to their learning. And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. Are you a mocker or a wise person? You can tell by the way you respond to criticism. Instead of tossing back a quick put down or clever retort when rebuked, listen to what is being said. Learn from your critics. This is the path to wisdom. Wisdom begins with knowing God. He gives insight into living because He created life. To know God is not just to know the facts about Him, but to stand in awe of Him and have a relationship with Him. Do you really want to be wise? Get to know God better and better. And then some additional reference would be James 1 5 and 2 Peter 1 2 through 4. And that's just more a couple of scripture reference on how to become wise. So the next one is 14 through 17. She sits at the door of her house on a seat at the highest point of the city, calling out to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Let all who are simple come to my house, those who have no sense, she says. Stolen water is sweet, food eaten in secret is delicious. And this commentary says there is something hypnotic and intoxicating about wickedness. One sin leads us to want more. Sinful behavior seems more exciting than the Christian life. That is why many people put aside all thought of wisdom's sumptuous banquet in order to eat the stolen food of folly. Don't be deceived. Sin is dangerous. Before reaching for forbidden fruit, take a long look at what happens to those who eat it. And that is the challenge that we all face on a daily basis, I feel like, or on a regular basis, if not daily, is the temptation of sin. It wouldn't be a temptation if we didn't enjoy it, want it, crave it. And that's what, makes it hypnotic, intoxicating, and the constant battle of making the right choices and making the right decisions. So it's the battle we face in our human nature. So, and that is all the commentary for Proverbs 9. So if you have any comments or feedback or thoughts you want to share on Proverbs 9, please feel free to do so in the comment section. Thanks everybody for joining. Have a great night.